Okay, it's 2019. It's time to get ready for Spartan races again. Last year, completed the trifecta. Um, for those of you that don't know, Spartan is an OCR obstacle course race. Uh, the trifecta is 3 races. They don't have to be back to back or in sequential order, but there's the Spartan Sprint, which is a 5 mile race, the Spartan Super, which is a 10 mile race, and the Spartan Beast, which is a 15 mile race, around there. They'll tell you it's 3, 7, and 12, but they also tell you they don't know how to count, and they don't know how to count. It's usually 5, 10, and 14 or 15. Last year, I completed the trifecta. First time, did it on a bet, on a dare, basically. Someone didn't think I could do it, I think. Proved them wrong. I did mine. They did not complete theirs. Did it with some friends, which was really cool. And then this year I said I was going to do it again. Part of the whole reason for doing the trifectas or doing the Spartan races, the OCRs, was to stay in shape. I wanted to keep my physical fitness up. I wanted to get my physical fitness back. I didn't have it. I wanted to keep it up once I got it back, which I didn't do. And now I find myself hard to get kick-started back into going into this year's races, which I've already paid for. So the big motivation for me is I've already put the money on the table. I kind of have to do these things. But I'm finding it hard to get back in the groove. When I completed the last race in October, I basically went free for all. Was happy that I completed it and got off the diet, got off work now, got off everything. So I've decided this year what I want to do is just track. A lot of people ask me how the Spartan races went, how my planning and preparation went. When I say a lot of people, the people I know, not online people, I don't have a fan base, but people that I know said, hey, how'd it go? How'd you plan for it? Did you plan for it? Did you do anything? As far down as people saying, what'd you wear when you were out there? Or they'd see me in pictures and they'd say, what's that pack on your back that you had? Did you need it? So I thought what I would do is just, 1, to kind of keep me accountable, and 2, to just kind of encourage other people to do it if I can, or if anyone wants to join along in the pain, they're welcome to, was to just vlog this process. It's March 12th now. The first race is April 26th. It's in Boca Raton, Florida. And what I want to do is just cover, 1, my weight loss journey and fitness journey to get ready for the races. 2, the hurdles that I'll hit in that, like that everyone hits. I think people get this misconception that you have to start on a plan and then if you fall off of it, it's over with, which isn't necessarily the case. A friend of mine that owns Simplex Personal Training showed me a graph, and my nutritional coach, Sarah Williams Nutrition, where you see this chart of weight loss success and it goes up like this, when in reality that chart is jagged, and as long as it's trending in the correct direction, it's okay. I know for me it's like a roller coaster. It goes up, seems really good, then I fall off, then it goes up, then I fall off. The falls always seem to be further than the rises, but it is what it is. So I want to cover that, let people see that. The other thing I want to do is talk about just Spartan in general. It's kind of crazy. The travel with it is kind of crazy. It's fun, but there's some stuff you want to know. Like if you're getting into Spartan races, there's going to be some things you're going to want to know. I know I was shocked. First time I went to Boston for a race, I was not prepared for how far the race was from the airport. Almost an hour and a half away. The race was super. It was the Spartan Super in Boston, Massachusetts. However, the race was nowhere near Boston. The race was in Barre, Massachusetts, which was an hour and a half away. Several trains, Ubers. Should have rented a car. Didn't think I'd need it. I thought come into Boston, races in Boston. Not the case. And then I'll go over some of the gear that I use and some of the preparations I have for that. But the big thing this will be is that weight loss and fitness journey moving through, and kind of hoping that this will hold me accountable to sticking to that. Full disclosure, I do have a nutritional coach. It's Sarah Williams Nutrition. She writes the macros and my calorie intake that I'm supposed to hit. What I love about her is I can be completely honest. I can say, hey, yeah, remember that number that you laid out for me to hit? Nah, didn't touch that. Shot way through that one. And instead of ripping on me, she'll be like, okay, well, what are you going to do to make it better? Which is kind of great. In a sense, a nutritional coach is like a leader, and I think that's what you would want from a leader versus someone that just beat you up over the mistake, someone that says, hey, okay, we did that, let's not do it again. What are we going to do to make it better? Then I also have a buddy who, as you guys get to know what we're doing here, we have a podcast that we are starting up, and he's on that as well. It's a leadership style podcast and a training style podcast. But he's a personal trainer. He owns Simplex Personal Training. I use him to bounce ideas off of for workouts. So he'll be on here. His name's Seth. But you get to meet him, and he goes through this process with us as well. Excuse me. Like I said, first race is April 26th. It's in Boca Raton, Florida. Currently, I'm 256 pounds. I'd like to hit that race around 240. Last year, the 15-mile race, I did that race at 235, 233, 235. I don't want to do that race heavier than 220. I want to do that race around 215. That 230, 235 was a lot of weight to put through 15 miles of a mountain terrain on an OCR course, an obstacle course. Zero fun had, none. No fun. So I don't want to do that race heavier than 215. I'm big anyway, so I think completely leaned out, I'm still probably going to be over 200 no matter what I do. One, because I like cake a lot. I'm going to eat cake. But two, I'm just a bigger guy, so I'm going to be big. I just got to know that. But yeah, welcome to the journey. I hope people want to watch this and learn from it. Like I said, we'll do gear reviews. We'll talk about training. We'll talk about what little nutrition I know if people want to ask me questions. And yeah, should be a good time. So it's T minus, what, 37 days, 38 days to Boca Raton. See you tomorrow.